Then this fool, right when you say that, you're in the middle of a party, and he goes, all of a sudden, this guy, morals and shit.
He sounds like a Mexican player.
You know what I mean?
Sudden.
Look, that friend's a dick. But that's probably why we're friends, you know?
What's so funny, Anthony?
Welcome back to another episode of the Careful Boys.
All right,
This sterile clap.
All right, here we go, y'all. This is a big one, all right?
Yay.
Let's all discuss the unspoken rules of dating your homie's ex.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You don't do this, brother.
You got to give
I did that though.
Wait, what do you mean you did?
I wouldn't do that. I did that though.
because I said I immediately was like, no, that's not. And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I did do
But
that.
talk about your conflict that you felt.
Or there was no conflict at the time.
Well, it wasn't my homie's ex. It was it was during
It was my homie's wife.
no, it was just like it was a weird thing where like it was during tour and like there was this one girl that my homie like brought around. You know, like when dudes do that, they bring a girl around to like rehearsal, and you're like, why are you doing? Oh, that's why, to fucking look cool and shit. He wasn't in my crew or anything, but I worked with him, and then he brought this girl. I didn't even meet her. Didn't even talk to her.
So they were dating or
No, he was just like trying to fucking peacock in front of her, whatever. And then
But unfortunately, he brought her around really nice peacocks.
with way bigger feathers.
I didn't have one interaction with her. And then like later that year, like months and months later, we ended up doing like a show where she actually lived, which was like Miami or Tampa. And then I met her there. And then we just I was like, oh, you're that girl that came to the thing. There were like a ton of girls coming to rehearsal at the time, so I didn't know. And then I just started talking to her more, and then I realized that like we started hitting off. We had a really good sense of humor together and everything. We meshed really well, great chemistry. And then she started telling me about like Homeboy and about how like I didn't know this, but like he really, really liked her a lot. But she wasn't into it like that. So it was like it didn't go anywhere. So then I looked at it like, oh, it probably isn't one of those situations where I should go to him and be like, yo, dude, like I started talking to that girl that you brought a long time ago. At this point, he's had 5 girls since, so I didn't think it was a big deal. And then like,
But it's the one that got away though.
yeah, then me and her got really close, and then we started to do like a long distance relationship, and we actually like committed to it. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm in this fucking whole relationship with this girl. And then one time I'm still working with this dude like almost every day. And then at one point we're in the bathroom, and then he goes, hey, so what's up with Lindsay, huh? Like,
Huh?
how'd that happen? And I was like, oh, like, is it weird? Like, I wasn't sure if I should say nothing because I didn't know how big of a deal that was for you. And he's like, nah, it's cool, but you know, it would have been nice.
Dang. It
Nice
would've been
what
nice.
though? Nice what?
It would have been nice.
To get a heads up, like what's
And I think I understood that at that point. It's like, it's even if it's not your homie's ex, like I think it hurts more if they attempted really hard and were unsuccessful.
Oh, I see.
Which sounds really funny, but like I think if a dude was like trying to go after something and you got it, might be even more of a reason to be like, yo, I don't want, you know, you feel weird about this, but you know, this is happening now, you know?
I would be paranoid. Like, were you fucking already talking to her when I brought her around?
Nah.
And you've been working on that shit?
Nah, yeah, no, there was no crossover at all. And
As awkward as that is in one sense, which no matter what the situation is going to be awkward for, you know, to like get past that conversation, I feel like that's like a reasonable way to like cope with it so you can just move on. Like get it off your chest so you never have to like silently think about it. Because even what would have been nice is not necessarily like, I would assume, like, I do want you to tell me if you're going to do it. It's more like, whatever weird, insecure self-preservation, I'm going to acknowledge it and be like, yeah, it would have been nice, but, and then we can move on because I'm probably not going to bring it up.
To let out some steam, huh? Like,
and I think like looking at it in retrospect for that moment, I was like, oh shit, like actually he's the kind of guy that would probably have done the same to me, like for me. He probably would have went out of his way and been like, yo, I don't want you to think it's weird, but I started talking to this girl. He is a good guy. So I'm like, oh, I should have taken that as a note of like, I should just do it because he would probably do that.
Yeah.
Let alone, instead of thinking isolated in my situation, like he probably won't care. This dude got so many girls. He's 5 girls ago was that chick, so it doesn't matter. But like all those assumptions don't amount to anything because all that matters more is the gesture. It has a high value. I should have just done that. Yeah.
And he was just rebounding on those 5 girls, just smashing them.
Because he wanted her the most.
He was living a life of abundance.
Hedonism. Something like
But then I ended up with the one that got away for him, so that meant a lot.
Yeah, I see.
Did he go, how was she in bed?
No, we didn't talk about that stuff.
Dude, man, I'm not gonna kiss and tell. He's like, dude, it would have been nice.
That's what I wanted
It's
to
more of
know.
a thing in between me and him, and I was like, oh, that makes
It's
sense.
not his conversation style, huh?
Damn, but I don't think that's actually as bad as like stealing a girl that was married to your friend.
Stealing?
See, that
That's probably the worst.
Like actively stealing?
Yeah, but that's the thing that was married to friends. So like, let's take that hypothetical into account, right? So now they like divorced. Define stealing,
That's not stealing.
but is that okay?
No, that's one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Damn, that's different.
Yeah, that's still hardcore, bro. What about like you and your homie then? That man's trash.
Hey, finders keepers, losers weepers.
Damn, Joe's hardcore.
For real? Let's say you and Hannah got divorced and one of us got with her. That would feel weird as fuck.
Oh no, you know it's weird, especially for like gatherings.
Finders keepers.
It's weird, but I think the older you become, I actually think it changes. So for example, right, I was thinking about this, like I have a family member who went through divorce, all that stuff, and he's like late 50s, right? And then he started talking to a girl, and I'm like, wow, it's nice that you can still find love, you know? And then he told me, oh, it's his friend's ex-wife. And I'm like, what? But then he was like, oh, but my friend passed away. So I was like, oh. And he goes, but we knew each other like when we were all young. What? And then it was like, it was weird. But then when it laid out, I was like, you know what? At that age, it's hard to find new people and be like safe and trustworthy.
Yeah.
So it's actually
Yeah.
kind of sweet that you guys knew each other like in high school. You guys stayed friends. You guys were there for each other when her husband passed away because he was his friend too. And then just conveniently, you guys kind of fell for each other. And I was like, that's a cool story.
That's pretty whack.
And then
still.
in the back of my mind, I'm like, you've been scheming, huh, you motherfucker?
I think that's hella whack.
That's even worse.
I think that's when you're even younger, that's the same excuse. Like guys that steal girls is because they don't know other girls.
Yeah,
It's the same story. You're just old.
I think when you're younger,
They just
old guy.
both got married and have a shit ton of kids, and all of that was just a ploy.
he's playing the long game.
This episode is brought to you by the RP Diet Coach app. Remember when I lost over 30 pounds and got ripped for a bodybuilding show? This is the exact app I used. You can adjust your macros your way, shift your calories from day to day, between meals, and get instant guidance when your plans change. You tell it what goals you want, and then it gives you the plan to follow. It's super easy to use, and it's built by my buddies over at RP. Jared from RP was my diet coach for my bodybuilding show, where I won double first place, so you know that it works. To get our special subscriber pricing, go to rpstrength.com/RP skinnytime. That's rpstrength.com/RP SKNNYTIME. RP skinnytime. Link in the description below.
I think when you're younger, it feels like, oh, you have hella people to like me, and then like it could be anybody. But I feel like the older you are, it's almost like now everyone's shady as fuck, and you gotta be careful.
Yeah, who the fuck can you trust?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you meet people at a lower rate for sure when you're older.
When you're older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you both have some version of some sort of broken in your life, whether it be divorce or like a lost spouse or something like that, it's like it might be easier to latch on to somebody who's got that too.
Yeah.
Versus just okay, you're single and available, but like you're also 50. Like, how come you was single the whole time? What's wrong with you?
But what's the deal if like, let's say that your ex from like years ago, right? Like you're with Nina now, you don't give a shit, but your ex from years ago is now dating your friend from now. Is that weird?
And I'm like still good friends with that friend now.
Yeah.
And they're coming around.
And they met their own way, not through you.
In their own way.
I think them falling for each other is not weird. The idea of somebody falling is like people fall for people, and whatever circumstances, like that's not my business or anything like that. But to maintain a healthy relationship, I'm not even like would have been nice because I'm already married, so I don't care.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
more
yeah.
so like if I'm like consistently friends, the would have been nice is more like, oh, you guys were dating for like 2 years, like, and we're still friends. You didn't tell me, because if we're friends and we interact all the time, but you're not letting me know what's going on with your love life, and you felt weird about it, so you kept it private until it got to a certain level. I think that's like potentially weirder on our friendship, not the action of like you dating her. It's just like what's the definition of our friendship?
Yeah.
Versus like I don't care if you do that, but like if you're like, hey, one thing led to another, we just started dating. I'm like, okay, cool. But if it's like, yo, like we've been talking for like a year or something like that, and I just thought it would be weird to tell you, then I'd be like, oh, okay, like that's okay. Thanks for letting me know now, but like you could have just told me too. Like,
All right. Does it make it any different if, let's say, one of your close friends who's like a player decides to just score on your ex and just
If it's just a hookup,
and just a hookup, and she had like hopes for it to not be that way?
that's tough. That's just tough. But it's also not my business. The best I could do, it's not my business for her. Like that's my ex. Like I ain't trying to get in her business of who she.
Yeah,
If she
but that's
wants
an
it-
ex that you like.
but
You
if-
cared about her.
Yeah,
You
but, like, if-
treasured
but,
her.
like, chances are I don't have a relationship, like even like on a consistent friendly basis versus the homie.
Okay, yeah.
So the homie, I feel like I have equity to like talk to.
Oh, you would say something.
I'd be like, hey man, like try not to break her heart, bro. I already did
break
that.
her puss, not her heart.
Oh, what if he goes? Oh, now you want to act all high and mighty? You used to be the king with me.
Oh my.
Oh,
You used to run this.
Or in that scenario,
Those are real conversations that happen.
I might just use like the truth, and then like at the end of the day, you guys are adults, and it's not my business. But I might be like, hey, I think she really likes you, so like just she's a good person. Tread soft.
Then this fool, right when you say that, you're in the middle of a party, and he goes, all of a sudden, this guy, morals and shit.
he sounds like a Mexican player.
You know what I mean?
Sudden.
Look, that friend's a dick. But that's probably why we're friends,
All of a sudden.
Suddenly, bro, your cousin, hey, suddenly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to gross him out and be like, man, we did this. We fucking did. I fucking nutted all over fucking face and shit. And he's like, I don't want to do it now. See?
Damn, I'm gonna write that one.
Try that. Try
Yeah,
that
try
strategy.
saying. Try saying.
I only think it's weird if it's like right after and you haven't really like moved on.
Dude, the cum is still fresh in her mouth.
Oh shit.
I think that's weird, right?
Yeah, I think definitely if it's like right after, and even then under the right perfect storm and articulation, it's like, hey, look, if it's real love, then like there's always some sort of conversation or forgiveness might be able to happen. It's not like the second. I'm not gonna be freaking so above anybody where I'm like, oh, because I had sex with her or had feelings with this person, none of my friends could ever look at her a certain way, even though I've hella moved on. Like that would be also really weird.
I'll tell you a story, and then after I'll tell you who this is because you know both people.
Of course I do.
But so my friend who I was like friends with, I wasn't romantic with her at all. We were just hanging out a little more than usual at this point. And then we decided to go to Banana Bay, just me and her. So let's go Banana Bay, if I can kick it, whatever. And then we ran into her ex, who like they just freshly broken up like not too long ago, and it was one of those breakups where like he's really hurt over it, and she's kind of like good riddance kind of shit. And then he sees us there, and then like this fool like texts me afterwards, and he's like, "I would have expected you to show a lot more sensitivity towards this situation than that." And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about, bro? Like, I'm not even close to that guy. Like, I just kind of know him.
Yeah.
And I knew them separately before they were dating and shit. I really didn't care about, I had no equity in anything. And then I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, yeah, you know that we just broke up and you're taking her out. I'm like, we're going to fucking Banana Bay. I'm not taking her like Ritz-Carlton and shit. And I was just talking shit back to him like really insensitively. And he was like, you really disappointed me, man. I thought you understood situations a lot better than that. And I was like, I fucking hated that guy after that.
But were you guys even close like
No,
that?
not at all.
But in
no.
his mind, he was?
In his mind, he was in his fucking Sorrowville. So he's just like, everyone should cater to my like.
And you're not even going after her, so it's just his insecurity.
I wasn't, but that's just one of those shits where.
Out of spite, I'd start making out with her. I'd I'll be like, fuck you, you don't control me.
But I think like in his mind, that's where I think like the topic is interesting because some people will brand the situation as that when it completely isn't. And you can't do nothing to help those guys. Like if they just think that that's what's happening, that's it, bro. Like there's no amount of anything I could do to help him. Like he's just gonna feel betrayed.
Yeah, and in a best case scenario, if they're really concerned, they could always approach it and ask in a certain way just for their own like curiosity or clarity. Like, hey, look, honestly, it is what it is, but I just wanted to know because blah blah blah. You know, if they wanted to maintain a relationship, even then that's a little bit whack, but still.
You should have made a sex tape and sent it to him. That's fucking annoying.
Yeah,
I hate this guy.
That's kind of where I was like, oh, I get it. Like, I think some dudes, when it's the feeling of like, oh, dating my ex, it's almost like a made up feeling depending on how much you miss your ex.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's not about someone actually doing it. It's about you feeling like it.
It's where you're at with it.
Yeah.
If I was done, she could have a train.
Exactly.
And I could just be like,
Wait, I said exactly too soon.
Exactly. Take it back.
she could be Bonnie Blue after. And I'm like,
Oh my.
good for you. I hope it felt good. Like,
You have good detachment skills, man. That's cool.